Hey, it's Clay. Welcome to a Friday fireside chat. I need to stop calling these fireside chats though, because I'm never in front of the fire, or I haven't been for quite a while. But I keep having these ideas that I want to map out with the board. So here we are in front of the board. A little context here, and this is why I do love these videos, because these are actually real time, whereas a lot of other videos on the channel, just because there's so much content, we have to schedule out for actually a couple months ahead of schedule. But these videos are actually real time. In fact, to give you more context, it is Wednesday when we're recording this, and it'll release on Friday. So this video is like 2 days old. But I bring that up because this past week, or this current week, I guess, when you're assuming you watch this on Friday or Saturday, I posted the image up on the screen right here on social media. And the image implied, hey, you have two choices. You can take either the red pill or the blue pill, as you saw. And it actually spurred a lot of comments and back and forth. And I just figured, you know what? I'm going to just give my opinion on how I would answer this question, how I would approach it. And I'm not saying that this is the right answer. I'm not saying that this is the right approach. I'm just saying this is how I would personally approach it. And if you disagree, or if you have another approach or what have you, then yeah, definitely leave comments in the comment section below. But one disclosure, all I will say to anybody is thanks for the thoughts, because what I can't allow myself to happen, and I know myself too well, I can't spend like hours every day trying to debate back and forth, because I realize that you could probably have some valid angles where you may disagree with me. And just because I like to have a good solid debate back and forth, I can see myself just going on and on and on. And one person, okay, that's fine. But if a bunch of people disagree, which is fine, so all I'm going to do, even if I agree with you, I'm just going to say, thanks for the thoughts, okay? So it's not that I'm avoiding a debate. It's not that I'm trying to be a jackwad or anything like that. I just need to save my time and acknowledge my flaw that, yeah, I like to go back and forth. So thanks for your thoughts. That's what I'm going to say. So as you saw, there's two choices. So this is how I would approach it. But really, in my mind, it comes down to, okay, what are the guarantees being made? So there's really two guarantees here, right? The first guarantee, so we'll go red, and then the other was a blue pill, if I'm remembering right. Hopefully yeah, blue pills. Okay, there we go. I hope this whole time I don't mix up the images, but I know what blue pill is. So blue pill is basically you get consistency. And then the red pill, you get some cheddar. You get, boom, an instant $1 million. So which pill would you choose? And I would definitely choose this one. To me, that is the very wise, that is the very logical, that is the smart one to choose. Like I said, you can disagree, and that's fine. And why is that the case, though? Well, it goes back up to the over kind of arching thing of a guarantee. And if I can take a guarantee of consistency, that's a very powerful thing from a big picture perspective. Sure, time element wise, you don't have $1 million. Here you have, boom, just like that, $1 million. And a couple responses I got, so this is from Instagram and Twitter and Facebook where I posted it, was, you know what? I'm taking the red pill, and I'm going to take that red pill. By the way, I'm not calling these people idiots, because I like where their mindsets are at. Their mindsets are in fantastic places, and I'm all for it. But like I said, as far as kind of the underlying theme of the question and point of the discussion is, this is what I don't like about those answers. So like I said, I like where their mind is at. I just don't necessarily agree. People are like, well, I'm going to take that $1 million and I'm going to go and put it into real estate. Again, I like that, but here's the problem. We'll set aside that $1 million when it comes to real estate. I mean, it depends what market you live in and all that sort of stuff. But in all actuality, that's not a whole lot of money for real estate. But again, their minds are in the right spot. But let's just say that $1 million is more than enough. Here's the thing. There are no guarantees that the real estate market is going to be in your favor. So in other words, if you just have $1 million, and you can say, well, I would invest some of that into learning about real estate investing. And that's fine and dandy too. That's great. Again, I like where your mindset's at. But if there's no guarantees, then education and having a structured portfolio, that can only take you so far. And that $1 million could just I mean, it could theoretically be not only gone, but you could have all these properties on your hands, and it could be a massive, massive headache. And that's, I don't know. So to me, I don't like the non-guarantee. Some people are like, listen, I'm going to take that. I'm taking the red pill. I'm putting that $1 million into dividend stocks. And I'm just going to live off the dividends that they pay me because that's a great yearly income. Again, I love it. People are saying, hey, if I can get like 5%, 6%, then that's $50,000, $60,000 a year. I'd be happy with that. Well done. I admire you just saying, you know what, I'd be happy with that amount. That's awesome. But again, here's the problem. Who's this? There's no guarantee in this. There is no guarantee that those dividend stocks are going to keep paying you. So that $1 million could go poof, right? I mean, because there's no guarantee, and because you just can't benefit from anything, right? Because you don't have any skills. The skill is, well, no skills. You just got $1 million. But let me come over here and let me say that let's because this is a trading channel, not a real estate investing channel. So let's look at this. Let's say that the markets, because remember, my counterpoint to the dividend thing is, well, what happens if the markets just really get nasty, and these companies that are paying dividends have to start to cut the dividend, or who knows, maybe they pull like a GE and they like pay 1 penny per dividend, or like some companies, they just say, sorry, we're not paying a dividend anymore at all. So not only has the markets gone down, so you lose, and that principal keeps going, dropping, but now you're not giving dividends, and it's a big mess. But what happens if that happens to the person that takes the blue pill and has consistency? Well, part of consistency is trading is what? Well, you can make money no matter what the direction of the price or the market goes, right? You can make money from the long side or from the short side. And if you're new, short side, in a very quick nutshell, that just means you make money from prices going down. So with the skill of consistency, taking that pill, I look at that as, well, I'm just going to keep making money then. If prices go down and the market takes a tumble, well, given the setup of this question, because I'm guaranteeing myself consistency, well, that means that I can make money no matter what, including prices going down. So from there, hey, let's just get ourselves up to $1 million. Again, it'll take some time compared to just having $1 million. But once you get to $1 million, then I mean, the sky's the limit. And to me, the skill, from this scenario, I would rather walk away with the guaranteed skill of consistency rather than a guaranteed $1 million, because you have that. And like I said, you can say, well, I would invest some of that into learning and training, and that's fine. But just because people invest into, I don't know, I'm totally making this up. Just because you invest into, let's say, wanting to become a lawyer, I mean, that doesn't mean you're actually ever going to be a good lawyer. It doesn't mean it doesn't even mean you'll be able to pass the bar exam. So, but I'm all for guarantees. Now, can you really increase the likelihood with the $1 million and buy an education? Yeah, you can increase the likelihood, but there's no guarantee that you would actually ever be able to pull it off. So I'm all about the guarantee. So that's why I would take consistency. I want the skill, and especially if the skill is guaranteed by swallowing that pill. To me, consistency is a great skill to have in the market, because it totally alleviates that concern where, under the premise that the markets stay fine and healthy and all that, okay, yeah, then that dividend thing, that's pretty smart. But I don't know. To me, there's no guarantee that's going to happen. But if I can make money no matter what, I'm going with that. So what do you think? Am I an idiot? Is my thought process, is my logic wrong? Let me know down below. And like I said, I'll just say thanks for your thoughts. But I'm curious how you would approach this. I will read all the replies because I'm curious how people would think through a problem like this. And that's the whole idea, right? To spur conversation and get people thinking. But for me, I'm going with the skill, and especially if that skill is guaranteed. So that's why I'm taking the blue pill. Let me know your thoughts though down below. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.